It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you, and welcome to the Science Bowl, the science quiz program here in the Prince George's schools. We have elementary and middle school students here demonstrating their scientific literacy. Play along and see how well you do today. 2 teams today vying for the chance to become the third of our 4 semifinalists in the elementary competition. Let's meet those teams right now. First from Glenarden Woods Elementary, would you say hello to William Nzive, Malachi Hammond, and Mercy Bilepo. And from Templeton Elementary, here is Eileen Ordonez, Jonathan Campbell, and Edgardo Iglesias Cruz. And now here are the categories of questions we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's science potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty, with easier questions worth 5 and 10 points on the left. Here on the right, tougher ones, 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points apiece. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. At the end of the 2 rounds today, as we were just saying, we will have our third semifinalist, Templeton or Glenarden Woods. Let's go over and make sure everything's working properly. Malachi, would you try your buzzer? All right, it looks and sounds good. It's like a group push over there. You, William, and Mercy. And Jonathan, how about the green teams? Also a group push. Good luck to you and to Edgardo and Eileen. And I have to tell you, very few schools make it this far in the competition. It's a real tribute, not only to how much you know about science, but about your teamwork and your sportsmanship. You guys are wonderful players. Let's have a good game. May the better team win. We go alphabetically between G before T, so Glenarden, let's play the game.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, leaf cutter ants. The leaves that they cut, they take them underground. They don't eat them. They wait until they grow this kind of stuff on them. Yes, Malachi?
Fungi.
Fungi, absolutely right. I was going to tell you something like a mushroom to lead you down the fungus trail, but you were already there. Thank you, Mercy, for your help. Go, Malachi.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo parade for 20 points. Teams, all of the mammals in the movie Zootopia belong... Yes, Malachi?
Predators and prey.
Yeah, they're antagonists, predator or prey, all of them. Wow, you were way ahead of me there. Go.
Zoo parade for 15.
Zoo parade for 15 points. Teams, penguins in the Antarctic have no need to fear this top predator in the Arctic. Glenarden Woods.
Polar bear.
The polar bear, yeah, there are no polar bears in Antarctica. So the penguins, they can waddle out on the ice and swim about. They have to watch out for leopard seals, but other than that, there's nothing down there to bother them. Go, Red.
Body systems for 20.
For 20 points in body systems. Teams, when bears hibernate, boy, if only we could be like them. When they wake up in the spring, these 2 body structures that help them move have not weakened in any way. These 2 body structures have not weakened in any way, Malachi.
Their muscles and their bones.
Absolutely both, yes. And of course we know astronauts coming back from long stays in space, their bones demineralize, their muscles lose their tone, they can barely walk. Bears not so. That is a conundrum. Scientists have yet to figure it out. Quick start for the red team. Jonathan, Edgardo, these guys are quick. Get quick on that buzzer. Go, Malachi.
Let's get physical for 15.
Physical for 15 points. Teams, the geographic North Pole and the geographic South Pole, they're not changing. Santa Claus is always going to be up there. But these poles seem to be moving. Glenarden Woods.
Magnetic poles?
The magnetic poles are moving, and we think they might reverse. So compasses pointing north would point toward the South Pole. Go red.
Let's get physical for 20.
Physical for 20 points is a visual question. If you look at the monitor, please, and I'm going to show you a potato clock. That clock is being powered by those two potatoes. Chemical energy is being changed into electrical energy and conducted by those zinc and copper electrodes. So basically what you have here is not a double A, but a double spud what, Glenarden Woods?
Battery?
Yeah, you got yourself a battery there made out of potatoes. Your clue there was double A. Go red.
Science potpourri for 25.
Potpourri for 25 points. Teams, scientists now think that an eighth continent is about to rise from the South Pacific. It will be centered on this country where the kiwi bird is the national symbol. Glenarden Woods.
New Zealand?
New Zealand. And they're going to call that new continent Zealandia if it appears. Go red.
Dateline science for 15.
Dateline science for 15 points. Teams, the Aurorasaurus Project is a group that tracks auroras on social media. Auroras are better known as these. Glenarden Woods.
The northern lights?
The northern lights, absolutely. The Aurora Borealis, indeed. Boy, you're a fast start there. Templeton, they're just holding their fire. They're going to come back. Go red.
Green things for 25.
Green things for 25 points is a visual question. If you look at the monitor, those magnificent trees are baobab trees. You're looking at them on the island of Madagascar. They are the largest and longest lived of the flowering plants. Flowering plants are known by this A initial term. Flowering plants are known as these, Glenarden Woods.
Arboreals?
Not arboreals is a good try. Templeton, let's get in this game here. What are the A initial plants, the flowering plants, of which the baobabs are the largest and longest lived?
Annual?
Good try. Angiosperms as opposed to gymnosperms. Tough question for 25, as it should have been. Go red.
Potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points. Teams, if scientists in the movies are to be believed, the only equation used in science is this one. Glenarden Woods.
E equals MC squared.
Yeah, we got it right on our board here. That says science. It seems to be the only one anybody knows. Good, go red.
Body systems for 25.
Body systems for 25 points. All right, teams, your question. Ice skaters can spin and spin and spin and not fall over because of something called their little brain. Little brain is what the word cerebellum means. I'll give you 25 points if you can spell cerebellum. Who's going to be my speller?
Mercy.
Mercy, say the word for me, please.
Cerebellum.
One more time.
Cerebellum.
Okay.
CEREBELLUM.
You nailed it. Wonderful, wonderful. Got the points. All right, and the buzzer says that was a quick first round. We've come to the end of the round here. Glenarden Woods off to a fast start with 240. Templeton is at 50. We'll see those scores change in the second half. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Science Bowl. Important game today, as we said at the top of the show. The winner today moves on and joins Bond Mill and Greenbelt as the third of our four semifinalists that will be competing for the county championship. Neither Templeton has not won the championship before. Glenarden Woods won 2 years ago and is the winningest elementary school in Science Bowl history, and we've been around for 33 years, so there's a lot of tradition over there. Let's go over to Glenarden Woods. Do any of you have brothers or sisters who were on the show before? How many? Yes.
Vanessa does. Our alternate.
Your alternate does, yes, because Science Bowl has become a tradition. Generations have been coming through here, and we always appreciate knowing that. Malachi, tell us about your school. You are a newly designated second-time National Blue Ribbon School. Is that correct?
Yeah, we had the news come over and everything. It was great.
Isn't it nice to have people come? What that says is you're doing something right. You're doing a lot of things right. And just like being on Science Bowl, whether you're on the Templeton team or the Glenarden teams, your appearance here tells people at home, you are all doing what you should be doing at this time in your life. You're studying hard, you've got poise, you've got confidence, you're a great sportsman. This means a lot. This means a lot, whether you win or lose. Tell me about the important people on your team other than yourselves. Do you have any alternates, Malachi? First names.
Vanessa, Madeline, Callista, and Eli.
Wonderful. We'll bring them out in a few moments. And Miss Emerson and Miss Stewart are both out there, your wonderful sponsors. And Miss Bolding is your terrific principal. I know how proud she is of that blue ribbon status. One day, Malachi, you're going to do what?
I want to be an astrophysicist.
Astrophysicist. You ever think about being an astronaut?
Well, space is kind of cold.
Yeah. These are things to consider. That's right. It's like if you go to Mars, it's like 2.5 years and you can't text. You know, you're gone. You're gone for 2.5 years. I just say that because I think you'd make a great astronaut. I like your spirit and I like the way you play the game, and you've got a cool head there. Mercy, you're a wonderful player. How do you know so much science? Because you do.
I just read books and I just pick up things wherever I can.
And you're obviously very good at that, and you're an excellent speller. I hope you'll consider being part of the county spelling bee. I'm the pronouncer, and I'd like to see you there sometime.
Okay.
What would you like to do? I know you're still debating what you want to do when you get older, huh?
Yeah, I am.
But you're a photographer, aren't you?
Yes.
Do you have your own camera?
Not yet.
That would be nice to have and take some wonderful photos. And William, what about you? You want to be an engineer, huh? Tell me what you like about the show. Why did you want to do this?
Well, the reason I wanted to do this is because it combines two things that I like, competition and science.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
Two of my favorite things.
Someone said this is like Jeopardy for kids. And in some ways it is, you know, and it's a chance to show your stuff. You got a lot of stuff to show too, because you're a fine young player as well. Templeton, nice to have you guys here. Jonathan, this is your 4th time this year. And each time you come here, you're just so impressive. I know Glenarden Woods is off to a fast start, but they've got a lot of tradition. Templeton has hardly ever been here in our 33 years, so you guys are making history by doing as well as you're doing here today. Tell us who your coach is.
Our coach is Miss Lynch.
Wonderful, and she is just terrific. And both your principal and your vice principal here, Miss Piper and Miss Harris, and that lets you know how important this is. You are big men and women on campus because of what you're doing. Tell me what you do in your spare time, Jonathan.
What I do in my spare time is I use the computer and I watch television and read books.
Wow, what kind of books do you like?
I like realistic fiction.
Realistic fiction. And do you have a favorite television show?
Not really. I just watch whatever is on Netflix.
Gee, that's a shame, Jonathan, because if you had said Science Bowl, we could have dumped about 100 extra points over there. No, I'm just kidding you. I'm just kidding you. Tell me, do you have any alternates on your team?
Yes, we have Haiti Morales Martinez and Marley Hanson.
Wonderful. Be out in just a few moments' time here. You're a good player. I like the way you handle the competition. You're cool-headed as well. Edgardo, you love trains.
Yeah.
You'd like to build like a bullet train, a super fast train.
Yeah.
They're thinking about one, the maglev, that would go from Washington to Baltimore in like 20 minutes. That would be pretty cool. Have you ever ridden a train?
Yeah.
Where'd you ride?
I rode from Baltimore to Washington.
On the Amtrak or the Acela train?
That's on the train.
Yeah, there's a MARC train that does that as well. Yeah, they're just fascinating. So you want to be an engineer someday? Yeah, you'd be a good one. Eileen, nice to have you here today. You're a reader, aren't you?
Yeah.
What kind of books do you like?
Realistic fiction.
Yeah, have you read anything recently that you might want to recommend to us?
I don't know.
I'm on TV, I'm nervous. Just don't make me do that, Mr. Zaire. You're doing a real nice job here today. And your little sister's very proud of you, and your brother's here too, isn't he? Yeah, so you're the star of the family, and deservedly so. Let's get back to the game. 240 to 50, the home stretch. Glenarden Woods, let's go.
Zoo Parade for 25.
Zoo Parade for 25 points, teams. The donkey and the elephant are the symbols of the Democratic and Republican parties. But when Teddy Roosevelt, Glenarden Woods.
The moose.
The moose. Teddy Roosevelt and the Bull Moose Party. Boy, you were way in front of me on that one. Good, go.
Body systems for 15.
Body systems for 15 points. Let's turn that body systems for 15 points. Multiple choice question. Teams, your hair, your fingernails, and your toenails. Are they? Yeah.
Made of cartilage.
Cartilage.
Not cartilage. Good try. The multiple choice options, Malachi, Mercy, and William,
Keratin.
are fibrin, chitin, or keratin.
Keratin.
Keratin it is, indeed. Good. Red, go.
Zoo Parade for 10.
Zoo Parade for 10 points. Teams, if you have a bad habit, like biting your fingernails or smoking, which I hope you never do, and you quit suddenly, you invoke this Thanksgiving bird and go cold what?
Turkey.
Turkey, yeah. Good, go.
Let's get physical for 25.
Physical for 25 points. Teams, engineers, some of you guys are aspiring engineers, they look at animals to get ideas to solve problems. Like the engineers that are building a robotic arm and they're using Maryland crabs as models. That is known as biomimicry. Spell it. Biomimicry.
Pass it to Mercy.
He's our, Mercy is our speller. Go.
BIOMIMICRY.
Good try. Good try. Oh, you were almost there. Come on, guys. Your chance for some points. Who's going to be my speller? Say the word, Jonathan.
Biomimicry.
One more time.
Biomimicry.
Biomimicry. Yes, go.
BIOMIMICRY.
You all fell apart at the end there. It's like bio, B-I-O, mimi, M-I-M-I, cry, C-R-Y. Biomimicry. No points. Go red.
Green things for 20.
Green things, 20 points. Teams, this is interesting. You probably never thought about it, but sometimes plants don't want to be eaten. Inside plants, you find something called phytoliths, little minerals in grass and leaves that abrade the teeth of the herbivores that are eating them, so that over time, what hard substance on the outside of the tooth, Jonathan?
Pass it to Gardo.
Enamel.
You got it. The enamel is worn down, so the cows have to pay a price for all that free lunch. Go green.
Dateline science for 25.
Dateline science for 25 points. Teams, a famous scientist said this: nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand so that we may fear less. Who said this? She won 2 Nobel Prizes. Glenarden Woods.
Marie Curie.
Absolutely, Marie Curie said that. Well done. Go, Glenarden Woods.
Dateline for 20.
Dateline science for 20 points. Teams, these rivers of air that are about 8 miles up and travel 200 miles an hour actually move and change our weather based on whether they dip or flow. Jonathan.
The jet stream.
The jet stream. That's it. Good. Go.
Potpourri for 15.
Again?
Science potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, your question is as follows. The Chinese spacecraft on the far side of the moon has these microscopic fungi that can change sugar into alcohol and carbon dioxide.
Yeast.
Yeast, yeah. You use it for making bread rise. Good, go.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Tim's, the U.S. Capitol building has columns that are decorated with the leaves from this plant associated with nicotine, Templeton.
Holly.
No. Leaves associated with the plant associated with nicotine, Glenarden Woods.
Tobacco.
Tobacco, yes. Tobacco was at one time and still is in many ways an important crop. Go.
Let's get physical for 10.
Physical for 10 points. Multiple choice question. During an eclipse, the darkest part of the shadow is known as the umbra, the ulna, or the utricle. Of those 3, Glenarden Woods.
Pass to William.
Ulna?
Say it again.
The ulna?
Not the ulna, no. The darkest part of the shadow during an eclipse is known as the umbra, the ulna, or the utricle.
Umbra.
Umbra is right, as opposed to the penumbra. Go, green.
Body systems for 10.
Body systems for 10 points. Teams, it has been exactly 200 years, back in 1819, that this device that doctors usually hang around their neck. Jonathan? What you got, guys? Help him out. Oh, Glenarden Woods. Hanging around a doctor's neck. 200 years ago, the first time it was ever used, doctor used it to listen to the sounds of your heart.
Stethoscope.
Yeah, stethoscope. Good, red, go.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline science for 10 points. Teams, this man, an American patriot, had to have been shocked when he discovered electricity. Glenarden Woods.
Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah, what was he thinking? He was flying a kite in a thunderstorm. Kind of got what he deserved. Go red.
Science potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, Laika, The Russian dog is said to have been the first animal in space. Not so, says Mother Goose. This barnyard animal jumped over the moon.
Cow.
Cow jumped over the moon. Hey, diddle, diddle, go.
Let's do science potpourri for 10.
Which one?
Science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, if you go to the Field Museum in Chicago, you will see the most complete and perfect specimen of this dinosaur whose name means terrible lizard.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
You got that right, the T-Rex it is. Go red.
Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, if you're on Science Bowl and you're really nervous, which you may be now, you may clench your jaw and you may grind and gnash your what?
Teeth.
Teeth, yeah, go.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. Teams, kind of a joke. Trees, yeah, they can get on the internet if they do this.
Branch.
No. Trees can get on the internet, kind of a joke, if they do this. They log in. They log in. Don't throw things. Go green.
Zoo parade for 5.
Zoo parade for 5 points. Teams, if you know Peppa Pig, it's a very famous cartoon. Peppa Pig has lots of friends. She's got Rebecca Rabbit. She's got Emily Elephant. Another friend is Freddie Fox. And then there is Zoe who? Malachi?
Zoe Zebra.
Yeah, that's it. Go. I think we have just one question. No, we have 2 left. Where to go?
Dateline Science for 5.
Dateline Science for 5 points. You've heard of dog whisperers and horse whisperers. There's a whisperer at the New England Aquarium because this man can speak to these 8-legged cephalopods.
Octopus.
Octopus, yeah. And the last question of the game, again, kind of a joke. Let's get physical for 5 points. A cylinder may be graduated, but this piece of laboratory equipment has more degrees.
A thermometer?
A thermometer it is. And that means our game is over, and it looks like Glenarden Woods is heading to the semifinals. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Welcome back, everybody. What a game. We said the stakes were high, and indeed, the students played up to our expectations. Our final tally today is Templeton 115, Glenarden Woods. With all of those county championships, you may be in line to get another one. 380 points. Congratulations, William, Malachi, Mercy. And you got your pips back there. You got Vanessa and Eli and Callista and Madeline, and Miss Emerson is here, and Miss Stewart, congratulations. We will be seeing you again. And Templeton, let's have a nice round of applause for this team. A team that wasn't even supposed to be here. You've never made it this far before. Eileen and Jonathan and Gardo, you're just great guys. I don't want to see you leave. I don't want to see you leave. Haiti is back there, and also Marley and the principal and vice principal here. Miss Harris and Miss Piper, thank you so much for being here. And Miss Lynch, of course, is back there. It would not have happened had she not sent me all these names, even when we were full up. She said, I'm ready. Thank you all for being here. We'll see you next time on Scienceville. Till then, I'm Dave Zarin. Bye-bye.